Welcome back. Welcome back. Shout out to my new subscribers. We will be doing a giveaway cash for the holidays in a few months. Oh my God. Okay. Because my daughter told me don't get on there if I'm sleeping. But I got to drop a video. Dang, I got to do my 48 laws of power. You know what? I'm going to do that tomorrow. Yep. So how y'all doing? Shout out um again to my new subscribers. I really appreciate you. Thank you for the opportunity. Also, um we getting on the Stacey Abrams. I don't know if y'all remember the controversy that the Biden Harris awarded her nonprofit $2 billion, but she had to take a class on budgeting. Now, why would you give anybody who has never handled that kind of money before to a nonprofit and then stipulate them to take a budgeting class? It makes no sense. But this is what they were doing, and Trump ended up administration calling her out on it and wanted the money back. I think they stopped a lot of it. A lot of it. I believe they did. So that's what we're talking about. Is she going to jail? Hey Spark, you know what? Let me change. Let me edit my title because I spelled something wrong. Hold on. Hey Boo Hop, what's going on? What's going on? So let's get into it. So this is what happened. Recent controversy links Stacey Abrams to $2 billion federal grant awarded to Power for Communities, a clean energy coalition where she served as senior counsel for one of their partners. The current Trump administration EPA has raised concerns about the award, though there is no evidence Abrams personally received any of the grant money. So she's supposed to do exactly, Spark. Exactly. Exactly. And she was supposed to divvy money out across America to these to some to NGOs to distribute money to help people pay their bills. Now that's what she said because I watched one of her interviews and I said $2 billion, but you got to take a budgeting class. You never even handled that type of money. And the stupid anyway. Then she got caught for her campaign finances. I'm gonna read that article. Then we're gonna get some interview, some videos. In April 2024, the Biden administration EPA awarded 20 billion in grants for greenhouse gas reduction. The recipient was Power for Communities, which she sat on council. The coalition includes five established, not five, only five nonprofits got this money with decades of experience in housing and climate initiatives such as United Way and Habitat for Humanity. Power for Communities was formed in 2023 and reported just $100 in revenues in its tax filings in 2023. You got $100, but I'm gonna give you 2 billion. You gotta make it make sense, honey. This thing, this fraud, is she going to jail? They charged her, but you know the feds will wait years before they get you. Critics, including EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin, have pointed to this low initial revenue as extremely concerning. Right? How the hell you gonna handle $2 billion and you only got $100? Given the massive grant in a later received. Like I said, she was senior counsel. Oh no, well, I don't want to open this one. No, we're gonna go straight to this other article. Let me bring it. I got it up on this phone. Stacey Abrams' nonprofit hit with largest fine in state history for illegal. Now, this the other thing, for illegally using funds to support her 2018 campaign bid for governor. A voter registration nonprofit founded by former Georgia State Rep. Stacey Abrams secretly boosted her 2018 gubernatorial bid in violation of campaign finance law and was slapped with a $300,000 fine. The New Georgia Project and its action fund fessed up spending $3.2 billion to foot the bill for canvassers and filers supporting Abrams and others without disclosing those contributions. It agreed to pay the fine from Georgia's Ethics Commission. We're glad to finally put this matter behind us so the New Georgia Project can fully. Oh, thank you. Um, so the New Georgia Project can fully devote its time and attention to its efforts to civically engage and register Black, Brown, and young people. We accept this outcome and are eager to turn the page on activities that took place more than 5 years ago. New Georgia Project also neglected to register as an independent campaign committee in a breach of state law. In total, there were at least 16 incidents of infractions, the ethics panel said. In 2019, a year after the governor's race, both groups failed to divulge 646,000 worth of donations as well as 174,000 worth of spending to back a failed referendum for Gwinnett County to join the Metropolitan Atlanta Rapid Transit Authority. The ethics fine slapped against the two groups is the largest of its kind in the Ethics Commission's 38-year history. It concludes a 6-year battle between the Ethics Commission and nonprofits. Abram became a progressive darling of her strong showing against Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, losing by 1/4 percentage points in the year's blue wave. She also refused to concede her loss was legitimate and dubiously alleged voter suppression was at play. Now she got all this. This happened under her campaign, but yet and still she can handle $2 billion to give out. She later had a rematch against Kemp in 2022, but was defeated by an even larger margin of 7.5 percentage points. Abrams founded the New Georgia Project in 2013 as part of an effort to get minority groups registered to vote and organize. Senator Raphael Warnock held the group at the time of violations. He was elected to upper chamber in 2021. Right. I didn't even like her. I don't like anybody that's in the black boule. And I got a video on here that breaks down the black boule. But if you know, you know. A Walmart spokesperson stressed that he was a board chair at the time and did not deal with compliance decisions. In this role, Reverend Walmart continued his work as a longtime champion for voting rights. Compliance decisions were not a part of the work. Prior to the decision, the New Jersey Project argued that it engaged in behavior similar to other nonprofits and accused the commission of targeting it for political reasons. The panels comprised of one Democrat and four Republicans. Georgia's Ethics Commission previously fined Abrams $50,000 in 2020. She got all these fines to pay back money, but she can handle $2 billion. Come on, who got that money? But I believe Trump did stop a part of that. But similarly, neglecting to properly file on its spending to back her during the 2018 race. All right, let's get into these videos. Hold on. My son taught me how to put my videos in one place where I don't have to always be like, hold on a minute, let me find the video. I got them all in one place. And here we go. This is Judge Joe Brown. I love him.
Losing battles. In the consent order, the New Georgia Project admitted to the 16 violations, including a failure to properly register with the Ethics Commission and a failure to disclose more than $4 million in campaign contributions, plus more than $3 million in spending. In turn, the Ethics Commission fined the group $300,000, the largest campaign finance-related penalty in state history.
If an organization is electioneering in Georgia as an independent committee, they have to register with the commission. They have to disclose the money they raise and the source of that money, where they're bringing in their dollars from. They have to disclose how they're spending that, and they have to indicate in the disclosures what elections they are advocating the election for or against, and name the candidates.
The Ethics Commission first looked into a complaint in 2019, but a series of legal battles from the New Georgia Project delayed a decision for years. Cody Hall, an advisor to Governor Brian Kemp, is now questioning what, if anything, Abrams knew and when.
Not only has the New Georgia Project been levied the largest campaign finance fine in state history, they have also agreed with every single accusation made by the Ethics Commission in their investigation.
Legal counsel for the New Georgia Project
They agreed to it
in a statement saying they were disappointed in a court ruling that was overturned on procedural grounds. They add, quote, "We are glad to finally put this matter behind us so the New Georgia Project can fully devote its time and attention to its efforts to civically engage and register Black, brown, and young voters in Georgia." And today, when asked if the State Ethics Commission felt
I'm about to put it back
Stacey
up in
Abrams
1 minute.
violated any laws,
Like, share,
Executive Director
subscribe,
David
hit that
Money
like
said
button,
that was
please.
still under investigation.
These blues can't help
Come on,
themselves.
Judge, break it
They have
down.
to be crooked. They do not understand this thing called public trust, and they feel they're on a holy mission to fulfill their dedication to certain
Okay.
social agendas.
Thank you, love you.
Don't even favorably impact the obvious. You would think they're interested in Black people, but they're not. They're interested in that new faith that is being zealously spread by certain interests around the country, the rainbow cults. So,
According to AP,
like they just put them in place so they can go take care of somebody else, which is not surprising.
Right, that part.
according to AP News, the Georgia Ethics Commission voted unanimously on Wednesday to fine two advocacy groups that were founded by Democrat Stacey Abrams and led by Raphael Warnock before voters.
Yeah, you want to come up? I can drop the link.
Elected him to the U.S. Senate. Everybody's hands are dirty.
Everybody hands dirty.
Fulton County with Fannie. Everybody. Look at
Okay, let me drop the link.
Look at the town council. Oh boy.
So the group's current leadership admitted 16 instances of in a consent decree and will pay $300,000 fine. That's the largest in state history. Now, wasn't she accusing Governor Kemp of voter fraud?
Yes, she was.
Yeah, and see, there's an
Yes, she
thing.
was.
Georgia is interesting. Fulton County, to an extent, Cobb County, to an extent, DeKalb County. They are blue.
What's that noise?
They're cutting my yard outside. Somebody blowing leaves up, and they just came up near the porch. So
Okay, let me go past this part.
It's going away. So what's happened is those counties are essentially blue, but the rest of Georgia is red. So when you get this thing where you step out of line in one area, in the statewide mechanisms of investigation, enforcement relative to codes and laws.
Okay, I'm about to bring you up in a minute.
That are in effect, you need to step lightly. And in Fulton County, Cobb County, DeKalb County, they have gotten arrogant and cocky.
Facts.
And they are not dotting their I's.
Okay, I'm bringing you up now.
T's. And as you listen to that debacle episode of Fanny getting up there and acting a damn fool, where she incriminated herself and a lot of other people with a testimony. They don't even know how to be good.
How are you, Spark?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
I like your stream. I've been following you for a few days.
Oh, have you? Thank you so much. I really like doing this. You know, I used to do like lectures and stuff at my home, basically on the New World Order and things to come and all that. But on here, I kind of spice it up because I realized that people don't like the truth. So I had to add celebrities.
Oh, yeah.
To bring people in because they really don't want to hear the truth. They don't like the truth. Hey, Therapy, you want to come up? You got a YouTube channel?
Yeah, but I just started it. It just has 2 videos uploaded.
What is it? So I could sub. What is it?
Let me find out. Give me 1 second. Because my name's Spark369, but it's like, you know how your ad is something different?
Oh, shoot. That's because I played it off this. Oh, I shouldn't have did that.
Try this trick for 15 days and eliminate 20 years of neuropathy pain. I know it sounds
coming
like
up, Therapy? Oh, you were doing the show. Okay.
That my nerves. Judge Joe Brown's all-new book.
Not surprising.
Okay. Oh, that's it. Spark 369. Okay, let me do that now. I just had to grab my other phone. All right, Yuppie, we're gonna get. Hold on.
I put it in the private chat.
Huh?
I put it in the private chat.
So I'm not. Oh, I see it. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, I got you. So I gotta put all that in. Oh, okay. I see you. Okay, I just subscribed. All right. You a Buddhist?
Yeah.
I used to practice years ago. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. I used to do what Tina Turner did. I didn't do it long though. Okay, let's get back in the video. So Therapy, let's get back into this. We talking about Stacey Abrams and her crooked ass.
Well, according to AP News, the Georgia Ethics Commission voted unanimously on Wednesday to fine 2 advocacy groups that were founded by Democrat Stacey Abrams and led by Raphael Warnock before voters elected him to the U.S. Senate. Everybody's hands are dirty.
Everybody.
And look at what's happening down in Fulton County with Fanny.
Yeah, she got $2 billion.
Look at the town council. Oh boy.
And she been getting fined for ethics complaints since 2020, even on her governor run that she lost to Kemp twice. She was fined. They paid $300,000. But Biden Harris gave her a $2 billion grant.
So the group's current leadership admitted 16 instances of in a consent decree, and will pay $300,000 fine. That's the largest in state history. Now, wasn't she accusing Governor Kemp of voter fraud at one point?
Yeah, and see, there's an interesting thing. Georgia is interesting. Fulton County, to an extent, Cobb County, to an extent, DeKalb County, they are blue.
What's that noise?
They're cutting my yard outside.
Okay, let me get past that little part. Okay, come on.
And I always say this, there is a lot of money in shit. Meaning, whether it's Section 8,
lock her up. That's what I think they're going to do. I think they are going to lock her up.
Non-white, young people, poor people, people living in poverty. There's a lot of money in what people will consider shitholes. And those are the people that are really taken advantage of the most.
Well, and I'll tell you what a lot of it gets spent for. Conferences that are held in nice resorts. Is you have a conference. You say all of the people that are interested in this, the higher ups, we're going to have a conference. So you go travel to a resort. You go to Vegas. You go down to the Caribbean.
Facts.
You go down to Mexico.
Facts.
You go someplace like that. You go to Disney World. And you stay there for a week in luxury, paid for by the campaign donations. And you have lightweight discussions. Meanwhile, you have tour groups, so that after an hour spent discussing this, that, and the other project, you take 2 hours to go on a tour of Disney's Mickey Mouse development or whatever it may be, or the local restaurant.
Facts.
Or go look at the alligators, or you go look at an art show, or you go shopping. And taxpayers who have contributed to what they think are advancement of their causes are actually paying for people to go have a party and a vacation. That's one of the main ways that this money gets spent. You saw that alluded to with Fannie Willis when you saw the huge cash paid meal tabs in Napa, California. Why is Fannie with Wade in Napa, California, and that's being put on the public tab? What possible reason do you have outside of a conference room, outside over there away from near Liberty Park, where the AG's headquarters are located? Well, the DA's headquarters are located. Why do you need to go outside there? You see.
And let's go to Warnock, because it says here, Abrams stepped down in 2017 and said she had no role with the groups thereafter. Warnock, a close friend to Abrams, ally and Baptist minister, was listed as the New Georgia Project CEO on corporate filings in 2017, 2018, and 2019. I'm not prepared to say he had direct involvement in this. Imadi said, I didn't personally find evidence of that. Meanwhile, Michael Brewer, a spokesperson for Warnock's Senate office, said Warnock was not working as a longtime champion for voting rights and didn't know anything about violations. Compliance decisions were not a part of.
Anyway, we're not going to let that play much longer. We know that definitely was fraud.
It definitely seems like it. I mean, you're informing me about a lot of this stuff, but I was just looking up some of it online, like the governor's race and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't realize how deep state she was.
And actually, when you deal with someone of her caliber, I'm sure she's in a sorority. either Delta or a cat or AKA. My grandmother was an AKA, which means that when you get to a certain status, like a Benjamin Crump, you belong to a secret society, the Black Boule. And I'm sure she's associated with the Black Boule. And I did a bit. I already have a video on my channel about the Black Boule. And really, these people are the gatekeepers. If you believe, well, none of this stuff is conspiracy anymore. We see what's happening. But they would be the gatekeepers of the elite, the cabal, Illuminati, whatever you want to say, the gatekeepers, you know. But let's check this one out.
Back and we're back, y'all. Thank you
This
for watching
is
today.
Paralegal. I love his channel.
$10 supposedly is going to Power Forward Communities, which had close ties to Democrat Stacey Abrams. Okay, so now we're getting a little bit closer, right? Power Forward Communities was only a few months old with just $100 in the bank when it received. So it already received the $2 billion grant. On their website, they listed partnerships with two other nonprofits, both founded by Stacey Abrams. So y'all, I went.
Now that's a conflict of interest. So the organizations that are listed that she does are hers. That's a conflict of interest on the rip. So where did this money go? I think Trump got some of it back, which we'll see. But where did this money go? Because clearly, if part of the thing is that you have to take a budgeting class and you only got $100, makes no sense.
On a hunt,
Yeah.
where's information coming from? Because I'm seeing reposts of the information. And I was able to locate this article. It looks like this is where the information originally came from. Doge finds $2 billion in taxpayer funds earmarked for Stacey Abrams linked group. Okay? So it looks like everybody's referring to this. So let's just read through it. Let's try to get some clarity on exactly, because $2 billion is a lot of money.
Right.
So let's try to get some clarity on what's going on with the $2 billion. The Environmental Protection Agency under the Biden administration awarded Power Forward Communities the grant in April 2024 as part of the agency's Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund program. Power Forward Communities received the Green Energy Grant despite the fact that it was founded months earlier in late 2023 and never managed anywhere near the grant's dollar figure. It reported just $100 in total revenue during its first 3 months in operation, according to its latest tax filings. There's a link there, y'all. Should we click this link? Look at this tax filing, y'all. Okay. I'm not going to look through all that. Well, let's keep going. Power Forward Communities grant was one of just 8 Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund grants that the EPA doled out in April 2024. And that altogether totaled $20 billion. So this was $2 billion out of the total.
So the total grant is $20 billion. Come on,
Damn.
you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Let me see if it's the same video.
An extremely disturbing video circulated 2 months ago featuring a Biden EPA political appointee talking about how they were tossing gold bars off the Titanic.
Facts.
To get the money out as fast as possible before they come in and make it off. It truly feels like we're on the Titanic or throwing like gold bars off the
And we are back, y'all.
Right, they were dropping gold bars off the Titanic with the money they ripped off from the taxpayer. You say they all need to go to jail for exactly therapy, exactly.
This was previewed in the coming up at the beginning of this video, and you're also going to see that Stacey Abrams linked founded organization in Georgia was not only found liable for campaign finance violations, but they had the biggest fine. This is before Biden awarded this organization that's linked to her
Before they awarded her organization $2 billion, her other organization had received the biggest fine for campaign finance violations in the history of the state of Georgia. So you're going to
okay, I'm not going to go back in that because we already talked about that. But the fact that you got the Democrats sitting up there saying, yeah, it's like we were tossing go. Oh my God, did I? Oh, I hope I didn't delete all my stuff. Oh, I didn't. Okay. Well, I'm just getting all the time I took to have this stuff together. Now, this is her response to Donald Trump. This is Forbes.
Absolutely. First of all, independent fact checkers have repeatedly said that what I was accused of is just wrong. It is false. It is not true. But let's understand why. It's because I deliver for Americans. I do the work I believe I should do. I lowered utility bills. I helped stand up programs that will lower utility bills across the country.
That's a lie. Listen, after what I have used this year for air conditioning, my bill has skyrocketed. Okay? That's a lie. You ain't lowered nobody utility bills because in order to lower a utility bill, you have to lower the rate. And that goes through a commission, not you. That is a bald-faced lie.
If this country does what it's supposed to do. I registered voters.
My electrical bill's doubled.
That's what I'm saying. You ain't lowered nothing because it has to go through a commission before the rate has to be approved by the state. You ain't lowered. You ain't did nothing. That's a bold-faced lie right there.
They showed up and more people registered. As long as we are active in our democracy, as long as we refuse to let anyone tell us that our citizenship is not sacrosanct.
And this is not a damn democracy. I hate that. This is a republic because we follow a constitution. Oh my God, I hate that democracy bullshit. This is a republic. Well, or oligarchy ran by corporations. I mean, you could say that too. But it is not a damn democracy.
We can save our country from whomever, be it in the White House or outside, tries to take it from us.
And for clarity's sake, you were an advisor on that Renewing America program, which went into place, 9 months before the Biden administration, handed over the White House to the Trump administration.
It's a program that went through all of the requisite legal requirements, but I was an advisor to one of the partners, and I have not been paid by, nor have I been involved in. And please, I encourage folks to look it up. It's been debunked multiple times, but they're going to keep saying it because it's easier to distract from people like me who are delivering and doing the work than it is to be accountable for the work that's not being done, like lowering economic prices in this country.
I was helping to weatherize homes in rural communities, and many of whom might be households of Trump supporters.
Exactly. It's going to lower prices, which is what we say we want. But if we can't get the work done because the leadership of this country refuses to let it happen, then Americans have to demand that our prices be lowered without our standards and our values being lowered.
Sounds good.
Right, but that was all a lie.
Yeah.
She don't have that kind of power. Oh, I must have deleted some of this. Oh, it might not have came over. Wait a minute, let me see. Oh, it went to another video. Oh, thank you, God. I thought I had lost all my stuff. I was getting ready just to pass out. Like, not again. Okay, because I like to go an hour. Okay. So let's hit the rest of these videos. I found it. Thank you, God. Let me see if this is the
And
same.
we're back.
Discover something.
We're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today.
These must-haves for your beauty bag are offered at exceptional prices.
At least 30% off our already good QVC price.
Every month, we're serving up beauty deals on.
What did I hit? I love Kennedy. I love this man here.
The people running the Department of Energy for President Biden's administration shoveled $93 billion, not million, $93 billion out the door in 76 days.
And we're back, y'all.
And that was at the end of his administration, which he probably don't even remember that even happened, because he definitely had dementia. And I'm just saying, and then to find out that he had prostate cancer the whole time while he was in there. So he's probably taking chemo and everything else.
Oh yeah. Who knows what's really going on?
Right. Just a shame. And they covered that up.
Like button my people.
This is again paralegal.
And
Register to vote, helping them turn out and vote, helping make certain that families that wanted to lower
Okay,
their
we
energy
saw
costs
that.
got the equipment and the support.
us been asleep at the wheel. Us been asleep at the wheel. See, there is an auto pen scandal starting to brew. Okay, that's what other people have called it. So I'm using their terminology, where Joe Biden might have literally been asleep and other people signing off on all kinds of crazy executive orders and signing off on all kinds of crazy appropriations.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't take corruption on Biden's part. I'm not saying he was or wasn't corrupt. I'm just saying the man could have really been asleep and other people around him could have been signing his signature.
The people that were in charge were...
And they did, and I'm getting right back on that auto pen. You say the Dems sure know how to find right, they do know how to find billions for themselves. They sure do. And then then FEMA go ahead, when you lose your house, your car, everything, they'll give you $700.
Yeah,
like
that's an
they did
insult.
Maui.
Yeah,
Huh?
that's an insult.
It really is. They gave the people of Maui $700 and South Carolina $750, but then you gave the illegals housing, food, shelter. They got money, free education. Just unbelievable. And the hell with the American citizens.
Mike Donilon, Steve Ricchetti, Bruce Reed, Anthony Bernal, the First Lady's chief of staff, the First Lady, and Annie Tomasini. Those are the people that saw him the most and that had the most control over what he was doing and his day-to-day.
Depending on when the president truly was not in control of his mental faculties, a lot of the stuff that he did as president, in my view, should be invalidated. And the reason why is because you can't use an auto pen to run the country. It has to be from the mental capabilities and the physical capabilities of the person elected to be commander-in-chief. And so if Joe Biden could not execute the duties of his
We're not getting off in the auto pen, so I'm going to end that. And I love Byron Donaldson. I think he's a good man, but I'm going to keep that video for when I get back on the auto pen. Okay, let me delete this.
You know that it helps us out a ton, and of course it helps you. Right now, get the free information and stemming from their college years and early careers at an Atlanta-based firm. Now, y'all, Lawrence Harding.
That video is that some of the money she gave to some of her friends, and I'm not going to play that. but I'm going to play this one.
What's going on specifically in Georgia politics. The Governor, Brian Kemp, signed a bill this week that outlined the Georgia General Assembly's subpoena powers. The Georgia Senate opened an investigation into you this year, alleging that a group you work with improperly received government grants.
And we are back, y'all. Thank
This
you
is
for watching
paralegal
today.
again.
Go ahead and hit that like button, my people. You know that it helps us out a ton. And, of course, it helps you because it helps us. Y'all, it's been a while since you seen your girl. I know you might have missed her, but she's back, y'all. Your girl, Stacey Abrams, is back in case you missed her. I think you're going to be getting a big helping of Stacey Abrams, OSA, in the coming days, weeks, and months. And why do I say that? Because they say she is gearing up to run for Georgia State Governor yet again. Now that your girl
She not going to win.
Tied up in all of her shenanigans.
You're not going to win. It's going to be your third loss.
They have to put forward is Stacey Abrams. But you know what might be an impediment standing in Stacey Abrams' way? She also has investigations opened up on her, particularly as it relates to the $2 billion that Joe Biden set aside for her in some kind of green thing that they were doing that had supposed to help people with climate change or something. Who knows what it was all about. But anyway, y'all, Stacey Abrams currently has an open investigation on her.
And earlier today, the state Senate voted to launch a probe into the new Georgia project for alleged financial misconduct. Abrams formed the group during her first run for governor. Because Deidre Dukes is live tonight at the state capitol with the new developments. Deidre?
Yeah, this is the same committee that is currently investigating Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis. I spoke to the committee chair this afternoon, and he insists that Abrams is not being targeted by this new investigation. Senator Bill Cowser sponsored SR 292 to open a probe into the new Georgia project, which was formed by Stacey Abrams. After the grassroots organization was fined $300,000 by the State Ethics Commission for allegedly functioning as an illegal super PAC during Abrams' 2018 gubernatorial campaign.
So Abrams is now speaking out, and of course, if you are even somewhat of a respectable journalist or interviewer, you have to bring it up, right? So Stacey is going to give her politician-y type of address to these concerns that have come out about her. But what has happened, y'all, is the new bill has given the Georgia Senate additional powers to subpoena Stacey Abrams and Fonnie Willis. We did a video about that already. But now we're talking about your girl, Stacey. We got to talk about all your girls, right? They have given the Georgia State Senate clarified powers, I should say, not
excuse me,
about bringing Abrams in and asking her questions about all kinds of shady dealings. And I say shady, not that she did it, but organizations associated with Stacey Abrams have been repeatedly fined, cited, have had funding removed, etc. So the Georgia State Senate wants to ask Stacey Abrams about that.
As they should.
Before we do, y'all, make sure you take care of your money. I'm not going to make this a long one, y'all. Go to paralegal.
We're concerned about cutting costs in healthcare, costs in housing, costs in education. They want support on how to put food on the table.
Willis came under fire for having a romantic relationship with Wade after she hired him to lead the 2020 Trump election interference case. Cowser insists Abrams is not the focus of the probe into the voting rights group.
She just happens to be the name on this organization, but this is not in any way limited to her, and it's not directed to prosecute her or to in any way attack her individually at all.
Hey, I'm sorry, but my daughter got up. She was cooking, so I need to go. But it was good hanging out.
Okay, well, thank you. You're welcome back anytime. Do you want to close us out? Do you want to? How do you feel about this?
I feel like it's right in our faces, and it's like just something that needs to be made an example of, but I feel like nothing will be done about it. I was looking up stuff online about it, and they were saying that it's a environmental agency loan, and I was like, yeah, right. They're not going to do anything about this.
I don't know. I don't know. Pam Bondi ain't nothing to play with, but you know the feds will sit back and wait years before they get you, because that's why they have a 90% eviction rate. They
Okay.
they, they wait until they gather all the evidence. So no, I think she'll be prosecuted. I do.
I hope so. I mean, I just haven't seen like a lot of justice lately.
Well, I think we're gonna see some things happen in now. What's gonna happen in the next administration? I have no idea, but this one, they prosecuting.
Amen. All right. Well, have a
All
good
right,
night.
but thank you, and you welcome anytime.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. And nice meeting you. I'm gonna let this play because I got. Oh shoot! Wait a minute. You need me to remove you? Let me remove. All right, there we go. You having a hard time? You want me to you want me you need help, or is he frozen therapy? Let me just do this. Okay, he finally got it. Okay.
Stacey Abrams late this afternoon stating, quote, Georgia Republicans are so terrified of the power of the people, they are lashing out with unfounded attacks and baseless investigations that waste taxpayer dollars. Republicans simply don't like that we're bringing more Georgians into the political process and that we are delivering. Now that this vote has passed, we don't know yet when we will expect to see the first meeting on this new probe. That's the latest here at the state capitol. Deidre Dukes, Fox 5.
Well, we're certainly learning a lot about this. Deidre, thanks for the latest.
So Abrams was recently in this interview, as you saw in the coming up from the beginning of this video just a couple of days ago. And of course, the journalist asked her, the interviewer asked her about this probe into her. Do you think she gave a straight answer, or do you think she deflected? Do you think she leveled with the people, or do you think she blamed somebody else?
She blamed somebody else.
Can Stacey Abrams take responsibility for things that have gone wrong, or do you think she blamed the other side for the things that have happened to her? Take your guess, but while you're guessing, let's go ahead and take a look at what Stacey Abrams had to say.
What's going on specifically in Georgia politics? The governor, Brian Kemp, signed a bill this week that outlined the Georgia General Assembly's subpoena powers. The Georgia Senate opened an investigation into you this year, alleging that a group you worked with improperly received government grants. You are on one way, in some way, part of this group of people who are being targeted for their politics. What do you make of this?
I make of it that they are failing at their promises, and they're looking at those of us who've managed to deliver for Americans.
You ain't deliver shit.
I stand accused of helping people who register to vote, helping them turn out and vote, helping make certain that families that wanted to lower their energy costs got the equipment and the support they needed. So essentially,
We heard that already, and that's a lie. You ain't lowered nobody cost. You don't have that power. So we already said that's a lie. I think I'm done with her. I think that's all I got, because she done lied so much that made me upset. Yep, that's it. Like, share, subscribe. I'm coming right back. What am I going to do now? Oh, we're going to get on with LaMonica, the congresswoman who her and the New Jersey mayor got into an altercation where the mayor met with the attorney general of New Jersey, and he was in charge. She wouldn't. She's a senator, well, in the House of Representatives. She wouldn't meet. Now she facing $17,000 begging for money. They kill me with these illegals. You don't go to no prison to see how your own people doing, living in deplorable conditions in Georgia, in Alabama, in Memphis. You don't care about them, but you go and y'all get into an altercation with ICE. But that's coming up next. I'll be right back. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I'm coming right back.